Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Alexander with BizLinks TV Network, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. As always, we bring to you the wonderful businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking, because we want to make sure that you know all about them. We have a wonderful guest with us today, and so we want to remind you that you can catch this episode and others in our archive at www.bizlinks.tv. You can also go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Don't forget, subscribe so that you can keep up with all the great episodes that we release ongoing. And then also make sure you give some comments and some thumbs up so that we can pass those on to our guests. And then remember to follow us as well on Facebook at facebook.com/BizLinksTV. So I promise you a great guest. We have Mr. Aubrey Geary. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great. Now, Aubrey is an author as well as an independent publisher. So he has GearyGeorgia, LLC, and he published his debut novel, The Bigger Man, in 2010, and has gone on to publish other books as well that we will talk about today. So, Gary, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is, when did you discover your love of writing?
Well, I've always loved writing. Ever since I was a child, adolescent, teenager, on into being a young adult. I'm still a young adult. But I've always had a knack for writing, and literature and English were always my best subjects in school. But when I went to college, the catalyst for me becoming an author was my professor. Her name was Miss Hinton. She really influenced me, encouraged me to pursue a career as an author. So that's what I'm doing. Wow,
that's fantastic. Because so often people have stories in them, but they're hesitant to stop and write them. I won't say I enjoyed literature, but but definitely enjoy reading literature. The writing part just takes me a whole lot longer. So kind of tell everyone about going through that process of writing a book. 'Cause I know that might be a little bit different than kind of what somebody may do every day.
Yeah, well, I write differently the process was different with each book. I don't write every day. I have to be compelled and influenced to write.
Okay.
So once the manuscript is done, I usually try to have some other eyes look at it, because you're not going to catch all the mistakes. And I try to get the cover together, the design aspect. I'm fully involved with that. My fiance, Tanika, is a graphic designer, so we do collaborate. Once I have a good design concept, we try to just move forward with the publishing process as far as the barcode, the ISBN, and trying to get it in stores and so on and so forth.
Okay, we definitely want to get in some of those details for those of you out there who are interested in getting your book out and maybe interested in finding out how you can self-publish, because that seems to be more the wave of what's going on. But the first thing I want to ask, in talking about your books, is, now what genre do you write in?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay, so
general fiction.
Okay, so now do you find kind of that process, or just from your experience in talking with other authors, that writing for fiction is a little bit different than for nonfiction?
No, I don't. I mean, fiction comes natural for me.
Okay.
Nonfiction is kind of hard for me. But I love, it's a genre I feel comfortable in. It's like a boxer in their correct weight class. I mean, I feel comfortable in this genre, fiction. I don't want to be boxed in by urban fiction or just general fiction. If you're a fan or a reader that enjoys fiction, I try to write stories that all you have to do is open the book and just enjoy it. Okay. So that's definitely something that we learn, and we hear even from the businesses. I think that underlying theme is about stay in your lane, understand what your lane is, and then get in that lane and perfect it. So, he's sharing that as well for those of you that want to write books. Find out what lane is yours, and then get forward with learning that information, getting that information out to the public. They'll feel, I think, the authenticity of your writing when you do that. Is that correct? Definitely, they will. I would influence you not to get categorized in a box. Even if you want to jump to another genre, if you feel comfortable doing that, then go ahead. I don't feel comfortable with just being confined to a genre, you know. But you have to feel comfortable with one. But if you want to venture off to another, then feel free.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your writing process. I know you said you kind of don't just sit and write every single day.
No.
You kind of write when it hits you. Is there any method to putting the book together, organizing the book?
As far as, I write either on a laptop or my phone.
Okay.
Or sometimes I write on paper. But once I have that manuscript finished and completed, then, you know, it goes into the editing process and then publishing, which involves the layout. You know, laying the book out. Do I want a table of contents? Do I want chapter pages? Do I want how I want the design of the layout? Do I want every chapter page to have a little symbol that goes in with the theme of the book? Just the whole design process. I'm involved with it. That's the joy of being an independent publisher. You know, some people just turn in their manuscript or somebody writes it for them and then they show up at the book signing. You know, I'm fully involved from step 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I'm involved with it.
Right. That's great. So now, so your first book, The Bigger Man, was 2010. What are the other books you have?
2010, I debuted my first novel, The Bigger Man. There's a sequel to that, The Bigger Man 2, which was released late 2011. I have my novel here, my most acclaimed novel, Rewind, which was released late 2013, early 2014. And I have other releases that were, I have ebook only releases like Business and Pleasure, and I have another one coming soon called Chump Change. So pretty busy, you know. I don't plan on stopping releasing books. You know, I'm going to be doing this until gray is in my hair.
You got a while to go, so y'all keep an eye out for a whole lot of books.
I got a couple of them in here. But I enjoy doing this, the whole process, you know, coming up with the theme, the cover, the layout, and I just want to continue to do this.
Okay, that is great. So now let's talk a little bit more about the process. So once you get, like you mentioned, you have the manuscript ready. Obviously, you get it edited and kind of goes through some iterations there. Then you start getting into more of the design, the cover, what the inner content is going to be, and all of that. What are some tips that you have for other authors that want to get into this? They may have that book in them. They're not quite ready for a publishing house, so they may want to do it themselves. What are some tips you have for them in kind of once the content is ready, what else should they be doing?
Well, you should, if you're going to try to self-publish or go with an independent publisher, you should just have a vision of what you want your work to be, what you want it to look like coming off the shelf or online, you know, as an ebook. Whether you want to publish your work as an ebook or not. There's a lot of different aspects.
What are some of the benefits of doing an ebook versus doing a print book?
Ebook costs less money because you don't have to pay to get it printed. So I mean, ebook is almost all profit because, you know, it costs money to get this book printed and have it shipped to bookstores or to your business. So that when you go paperless, you know, you're cutting costs and you're increasing your profit margins. But you need to find a designer that can put your book in the right ebook format. You know, you know, a lot of people don't know how to do that. But the oldest form of an ebook is a PDF. PDF works on most devices, but EPUB and eMobi, they are devices that make the ebook look good, you know. So you need to find a designer that can do that, and just study your market, study how other people are promoting their books online, and just go from there.
Great. Now I hope you all are taking notes because this is really important, especially for those that want to get more into the ebooks beyond just someone downloading it from the website but on the computer, but that are reading the ebooks in like iBooks and then Kindle. Truly, because I've had some people I know, they just uploaded that PDF, and when I ordered that ebook, you know, the table content, you know, that doesn't function. Everything, the breaks are in different places. It is important. I'm glad you mentioned that. Take a note about that. Find a great designer that can truly put your book in the right format. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, so that is interactive. You know, so you can flip the pages and it's interactive. The table of contents is not over here and over there. You know.
Yep.
So
now with the advent of technology, and especially now, you know, with Kindle, you don't actually have to buy a Kindle itself. It's going to work on your mobile phones and all your different smartphones and your Android versus the iPhones. So with that, are you finding that more people are moving towards electronic books versus the physical book?
Yes. Like I said, it's easier, it's cheaper, and it's more convenient. People can store in their phone, they can store 1,000 books. You know, if you want 1,000 books, 1,000 paperbacks or hardcovers, you're going to have a big library. You know, so it's the same way with music. You can download 1,000 songs and have them right here in your pocket. You can download 1,000 books and have them right here in your pocket and read them whenever you want. So people, that's the direction that the literary industry is going towards ebooks. There are more ebook sales than paperback sales, you know.
Yeah, I think we see that in the advent of several of the bookstores, major bookstores, kind of closing a lot of their locations and all of that. But I'll tell you, though, libraries changing the hours. But I'll tell you, I still love that physical book, and I love going to book signings and getting it signed by the author. So, you know, you all don't leave our hard books, you know, behind. But go ahead, and I love the digital, because when I go on vacation or trips, I have several books that I'm reading at the same time. I have them with me. I don't have to lug them, but I still love having these on my bookshelves as well. So hopefully these won't go away completely. Now, let's talk about, so you have your publishing company, GearyGeorgia, LLC.
Correct.
What are some of the services you all provide?
Well, over the years, we have provided services like editing, copywriting, resume writing, et cetera, et cetera. But right now, in 2015, we're getting back to the core of why I started GearyGeorgia. It's books. Because I was getting so sidetracked, because I wouldn't turn down a paid opportunity. I'd be at an event, or a family member or a friend would say, hey, can you write my resume? Or my uncle just died, can you write the eulogy? I really don't feel comfortable. Or can you write the bio for my website? So I would say yes, because they were paid projects. But I would get further and further away from my focus, my books. People would ask me, when's your next book coming out? You wrote, that was 2 years ago. I mean, what are you doing? So, I mean, right now...
Too busy doing everybody else's stuff. Okay.
Right now, GearyGeorgia is just focusing on publishing books.
Okay.
You know, so mainly right now I'm publishing my books. I always will be open to lending out any knowledge I have if people want to contact me. But at this point, I'm just doing my books. And we're just going to... That's the... Back to the basics, and we're just going to go from there.
Okay, fantastic. So now, what are some of the suggestions that you have for a new author that's really trying to decide, do I go the self-publishing route? Do I go with, you know, a publishing house? What are kind of some of the benefits going either way?
Well, I would tell that author just to do what comes natural. You know, I would have gone with a publishing house had I not gotten rejected 1,000 times, but you know, it just didn't work out for me. Some people, they get that publishing deal their first try, or you know, or a second try, or whenever, and that works for them. But you know, independent, you get more money in your pocket, you have more control. If you go with a major publishing house, you have more marketing dollars behind you, but you're not going to get as much profit. But, you know, half of something is better than all of nothing. So I would just encourage you to go with what feels right. What felt right for me was to go as an independent publisher, because I feel like I can do everything that the major publishing houses can do, and that just feels good for me. But if it's better for you to go the traditional route, then go ahead.
Okay, great. So now, talking about the marketing and sales for books and for authors, especially when you're talking about the hard book versus the ebook, what do you see are the different things that people have to do to market one versus the other?
Well, as far as ebooks, you have to have a strong online presence. You know, if you're gonna market something that people download from a device or from the internet, then most of your marketing needs to take place on the internet. If you're gonna market something, I mean, if your marketing campaign is gonna be for a paperback or a hardcover, then you should do most of your marketing in person, or it should be visible when people leave their house, I believe. Okay. So, but for both, you still need to go to networking events. You still need to collaborate with people in your community. But if you're going to do an ebook, you need to have a very, very strong online presence, because that's where your readers are. That's where people download the ebook from, the internet. Okay.
So now let's see. So do you have a book that's currently in the works? We hear you're focusing in more. So it sounds like more of what's next for GearyGeorgia LLC is going to be putting out some more books. We have the 3 that you have here, and then of course your ebooks. Kind of what's in the works? Give everyone maybe a sneak peek of what's turning in there.
Well, I do write novels and short stories, and I publish them. So. Lately I've been influenced to write short stories. Okay. I mean, people get on an airplane, they have a bus ride, or they have a lunch break. They want to read something real quick. Right. So I've been writing these short stories, no more than 50 pages, and I've been publishing them. Okay. So the latest one that I published was Business and Pleasure, and I have one in the works right now called Chump Change. Okay. And it's crazy because I'm telling the story of a penny, and you will be amazed how many people come in contact with the penny, and how well it travels. So I would encourage people to please log on to AubreyGeary.com and stay up to date with what I'm doing. I'm always trying to do something out the box or something that other authors don't do. So just stay in contact with me through social media, through my website. I'm always trying to do something innovative that other authors will not even think about, So.
And you said that's AubreyGeary.com?
AubreyGeary.com.
Okay. So,
AubreyGeary.com.
Fantastic, everyone, and you'll see it down as well below his information for his website. Make sure that you go out there, keep up with them, see how you can. And on your site, can they purchase your other books?
Yes, you can purchase paperbacks, ebooks, whatever have you. This is my most acclaimed work, though, Rewind.
So tell me a little bit about what Rewind is about.
Rewind is my 3rd novel, published via my company, GearyGeorgia LLC. It's a fictional work. Fictional novel it's a great story because there's a lot of drama in it. It's about a 38-year-old recovering drug addict. Okay. Now she gets the opportunity to go back in time 20 years. Okay. And instead of making her life better, she makes it worse than before. And I think it's a great story because everybody wants to go back in time. Yeah. Everybody, even babies, But everybody wants to go back in time. But if you went back, you might mess it up even worse. Right. You might know too much. Right. People always say, if I knew back then what I know now. Right. Sometimes you can know too much and just alter the course of your life. This is, I feel like all my books are like kids, my kids. This is my favorite child. Okay. I mean, I put so much work into Rewind that I just really want to spark some awareness about it and get the word out, because hopefully one day they'll make it into a movie. Okay.
It's very possible, I'm telling you, because as you were thinking, it made me think about all of the kind of time-based movies. I love time-based movies, whether it's going back in time, going forward in time. But and like you said, really, what would happen when you do that? Whether you know, whether you don't know, do you kind of change things? Is it that butterfly effect? So I already love the concept of the story. I definitely could see that as a movie. So for anyone out there that has those connections, here's a great idea for you all. Go to AubreyGeary.com and make sure that you check it out. Get the book for sure. And check out his other books as well. Learn some more about self-publishing. So Aubrey, let's give us one closing tip that you would give to anyone out there that is looking to be an aspiring author.
If you're looking to be an aspiring author, I would advise you to just write. Writer's block is the worst enemy of a writer or author. So just write, get around the right people, and the internet is your best friend. You can, any question you have about publishing or trying to find how to get published, Google it, and get out and network, and just never give up.
Wow.
Keep pursuing your dreams. Just never give up.
Love that. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Everyone, you heard it right here. You can go back. Please play this episode again. Please share it with those out there. We all know people that we say they either should write a book, or we've heard them say that they want to write a book. Don't leave the books in the graveyard. Make sure that you get them out of you. So go to AubreyGeary.com and check out his books and his stories as well to get some inspiration, and pass the word around for those that might be able to help him with getting it out as a movie as well. Remember, you can go back and watch this episode. Also, check out our other show, Book Your Success, because there's some great tips on there for those who are interested in being authors. We've had some great guests on that talk about that as well. So watch this episode, check those episodes out as well. And as Aubrey mentioned, just find people that can help you and get out there and network also. I am Pamela Alexander with BizLinks TV Network, and we want to remind you, you can check the shows out at www.bizlinks.tv. Also go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can get the information about shows as we release them. Also, please be sure to give us thumbs up and give us some comments so that we can pass that on. If you've already read one of Aubrey's books, please give us some feedback on there so we can pass that on to him. Or if you're getting it or have gotten it, make sure that you let us know what you thought about it. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/BizLinksTV. And from BizLinks TV Network, remember, we're exposing your business to the world.
10 years to learn the business. 10 years to make a name. 1 year on your own. It takes time to build a small business, but only 60 days to transform it with email marketing from Constant Contact. Sign up with Constant Contact and get 60 days of free email marketing to generate referrals, connect with clients, and build the business you've always wanted. Constant Contact. Start your 60-day free trial today.
Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.